Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video on ForgottenWeapons.com. I'm Ian McCollum, and at long last, I have a source for 7.65 French long ammunition. This is Steinel ammo, and they are making 7.65 French long using the brass that Starline has started producing. So when I started pestering Starline to make the brass, my actual goal was once they made the brass, then some small company could start actually loading the ammunition, because I don't have the time to hand load all of my own ammo. So I finally have the ammo, and we're going to do some shooting with it today. Now, I know a lot of people are going to be asking about the 7.65 French long submachine gun, the MOS 38. Unfortunately, I've been out trying it. My gun has some mechanical issues, and I've run out of ideas as to exactly what they are, so that gun's going to a gunsmith. And instead, today, we're going to take a look at the 1935S and, if I can get it out of my pocket, the 1935A. These are both French pistols used during World War II and after, chambered for 7.65 French long. They initially adopted the A, and then decided that they needed more production than SACM, Société Alsacienne de Construction Mécanique. They needed more guns than these guys could make, so the St Etienne Arsenal's gun was accepted as well, and those went into production. And what I'm curious about today is which one's better. Now that I have ammo, I can finally do some shooting with them. So I've got myself a paper target here. We are going to go ahead and shoot the A for group on the top, the S for group on the bottom. These both have 8-round magazines, and they're both very similar in handling. So let's see if there is any discernible difference between the two. We'll start with the Model A at 10 yards. That's a little snappy, and I'm getting a little bit of hammer bite. The beaver tail on this, the back guard, is not quite as big as maybe it could be. The gun is very comfortable in the hand. Like I said, it's kind of snappy. So this ammo is a 110 grain bullet. It's a 30 carbine bullet, traveling at about 1,050 feet per second. So people talk about 7.65 French being an anemic cartridge. It is far from anemic. It is not as hot as something like 9 Parabellum or 7.62 Tokarev, but it's up there sort of in the 9 Mac 380, in between 380 and 9 Makarov levels, which, not the world's most powerful handgun, but I wouldn't call it anemic. So that's the A. Now let's try the S. 8-round magazine here as well, and interestingly, these both have American-style magazine releases, which is nice. We'll do this, and then we'll take a look at the targets. Ow. All right, that was interesting. This has a trigger that kind of caught me off guard on that one shot. It is a much less definitive trigger than the A model. It gave me a good little bit of hammer bite on the first shot, and then I dropped my grip down. I would say both of these were designed for not quite a fully modern style of grip, which makes sense. They're, what, 90 years old, the design now, 85 years old. So the whole modern idea of a very high grip on the gun, yeah, that'll eat you. This is, keep your hand nicely down, give it a little bit of space. Definitely prefer the trigger on the A, but the sights are actually bigger on the S. So let's go up and take a look at the targets and see what those show. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. So this little guy was the one that where the S trigger caught me off guard. So on the A, I had this group plus that guy where I shot low. And on the S, I had this group. So all a little bit off to the right here, all a little bit high here. This one definitely felt better to shoot, and I think that comes through in the target. Ultimately, though, these two pistols are very similar in handling. The mag releases are the same. I didn't show you the safeties. The safeties on these guns are identical in design, and they are a lever right up there. And what that does is block the hammer from actually hitting. So there are both of them. That is the safety engaged, and to disengage it, you flip it down. So I suppose actually a little bit handier to work with the S model because it's, you know, it's rotated a little bit down. But frankly, neither of these are guns that would have been carried with a round in the chamber, because that safety is just asking to get bumped unless you're using a full flap holster. You'd carry this. The safety is for use after you have partially emptied a magazine. You would carry it magazine full, chamber empty. So if you are in the market for one of these two pistols, I would say handling wise, or practicality, like results wise, pretty much equal. I prefer the handling and the styling of the A model. The 1935A is actually the pistol that would be the direct ancestor of the SIG 210, which is a fantastic service pistol. For what it's worth, the A models were made under German occupation as well as before the war. So it's actually not that uncommon to find 1935As that have Waffenamps on them. The standard one is 251, WAA 251. The 35S guns were not manufactured under occupation. You don't find those Waffenamped. That makes a difference to some people both ways, actually. So, there we go. 8 more rounds in each. Let's do some shooting at a longer range steel target. All right, we'll start with the A again. This is about 30 yards. Give it a little bit of a low grip so it doesn't bite me. Not bad. I was holding the left edge of the target, just given the right-handed nature of that last group. Let's try the S model now. Also very happy to note, no malfunctions whatsoever with this ammo. I chronographed a little bit of it earlier and it came out extremely consistent. So it's awesome to really have this ammo finally. All right. High. Not as successful in that one. This trigger just really, I guess what's weird about, and this is a sample size of 1. I don't know that this is indicative of all 1935Ss, but it feels like it's going to be a long trigger pull, but then it fires early in the trigger pull, and so that still throws me off a bit. I find this particular A model gun to be substantially more predictable in terms of trigger release. So that said, also not quite as successful with the A pattern. All right, we'll go ahead and finish this up with some rapid fire. So I'm a little closer. We got 5 yards now, and again, the A on the top, the S on the bottom. This time I'll start with the S. Let's just see. Not like blazingly fast, but good blam, 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 and see what the groups look like for that. Ready? That's not too bad. All in the green. And now the 1935A. This is the winner. Let's take a look. So at pretty much the same cadence of fire, my S is just barely within the circle, like 3 of them literally on the line and 1 actually outside. The A is not only all within the circle, but a much tighter group there to begin with. So, like I said, this was the actual design ancestor, the SIG 210, arguably the best service pistol ever issued by anybody, and I think the lineage really does come through. And it's even got that trigger finger, well, thumb for you right-handers, mag release. So I like this thing. I think I will be taking this to some pistol competition to use, and we'll see how it does in a competition setting. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'd like to give, again, a big thanks to Steinel Ammo for actually producing the 7.65 French Long. Fair disclosure, they did provide all the ammo that you saw here today, as well as some that I've been using to try to get my submachine gun working. That's going off to a gunsmith, and it will live yet. There will be content with that MOS 38 submachine gun going on. I don't know how many years since I actually got the thing. But if you are interested in, if you want to hand load your own 7.65 for your own pistols, these are both models are available pretty darn cheap on the collector market today. You can buy the brass from Starline. It's excellent brass, works great. You can hand load it for yourself. If you don't have the time or the inclination to do that, Steinel will get you good quality, full power, reliable ammo. Thanks for watching.